Welcome back. At this point, you understand what objections really are, and you've trained how to sound when they appear. Now, we give you a simple structure that stops objections feeling messy. This is the only framework you need, not five tactics, not clever lines. One sequence: acknowledge, clarify, decide. You'll use this on every objection, regardless of what it sounds like. Before we continue, one quick note. You'll notice the drills in this module are less rigid than in earlier modules. You'll recognize some of the lines. That's intentional. We're showing you where they belong in the decision process. By now, you already know how to slow your pace, hold silence, and keep your tone neutral. This module is about doing that under pressure, when objections trigger urgency or defensiveness. So the structure is simpler, but the standard stays the same. Now let's continue. Step 1, acknowledge. Acknowledgement comes first, always. Not to agree, not to reassure, not to soften, simply to show you've heard them. This is what keeps the conversation calm. A good acknowledgement is short, neutral, and unreactive. Here are a few examples. Just listen first. Okay, I hear that. That makes sense. Notice what's missing. No emotion, no defense, no explanation. Now your turn. Say each one slowly. Okay, I hear that. That makes sense. Good. One rule to remember. If you skip acknowledgement and go straight to explanation, you create resistance. Acknowledgement buys you space. Step 2, clarify. After acknowledgement, you clarify. This is the most important step, and the one most reps rush past. Clarifying is not challenging, it's not interrogating, and it's not steering. It's simply finding out what the objection is actually about. Here's the key mindset. You are not trying to answer the objection, you are trying to understand it. Let's look at an example. A prospect says, "This feels expensive." Bad response. Well, when you look at the ROI, now, framework response. Okay, can I ask what you're comparing it to? Notice the structure, acknowledge, pause, clarify. Now repeat it with me, slowly. Okay, can I ask what you're comparing it to? Again, slower. Okay, can I ask what you're comparing it to? Good. Another example. Prospect says, "We need to think about it." Bad response. Of course, just so you know. Framework response. Okay. What feels undecided at the moment? Now repeat it. Okay. What feels undecided at the moment? Again, calm authority. Okay. What feels undecided at the moment? Good. Clarifying questions are open, neutral, and specific. They don't assume motive. They don't corner the prospect. They invite explanation. That explanation is where clarity lives. Step 3, decide. This is the part most sales training ignores. Once you understand what's underneath the objection, you decide what to do next. Not the prospect, you. There are only 3 valid options: continue, park it, or exit. Let's walk through them. Option 1, continue. You continue when the concern is reasonable. Clarity removes it, and there's still a real fit. This is where you may explain one relevant point, re-anchor to impact, or suggest a small next step, calmly, briefly, without pressure. You're not handling the objection, you're resolving it. Option 2, park it. You park the objection when it's real but not resolvable right now. Common examples: budget cycles, missing stakeholders, internal timing constraints. Parking sounds like this. That makes sense. Why don't we come back to that once we've looked at X? You're not ignoring it, you're sequencing it. That preserves trust. Option 3, exit. This is the one most reps avoid, and where professionalism shows. You exit when the concern reveals no real priority, no ownership, or no appetite for change. Exiting is not failure. It sounds like this. Based on that, it may not make sense to take this further right now. Calm, clean, respectful. A clean no beats a dragged out maybe. Now, putting it together. Let's hear the full flow. Prospect. I'm not sure this is the right time. Framework response. Okay. What's making the timing tricky right now? Then you listen. Based on what you hear, you decide, continue, park it, or exit. That's it. No pressure, no cleverness, no chasing. One more example. Prospect. We've tried something like this before. You start by saying, okay, what happened when you tried it? Then you listen. Again, acknowledge, clarify, decide. One final rule. If you find yourself talking fast and explaining early or trying to convince, you've skipped a step. Go back to the framework. Acknowledge, clarify, decide. Let's install it once more. Say it quietly to yourself. Acknowledge, clarify, decide. Good. In the next videos, we'll apply this exact framework to specific objection types, starting with timing and priority. When you're ready, continue to Module 5.4.